Live in the mix. It's Matt Tack, Reap the Harvest Live. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, man? How are you?
So the power of discipline. We were talking about this before we went live, and there's a lot of guys we follow that use a similar teaching, but they say it in a different way. And when you follow people that are highly motivated or people that are trying to be high level of success, some of the teachings can sometimes run together. How you do one thing is how you do everything, or be a thermostat and not a thermometer, or whatever it is. And really, what it comes down to is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Motivation is like Fruit Loops. Like if you eat Fruit Loops or ice cream or whatever, you get a nice little sugar rush, but it wears off. When you're disciplined, you're going to do the work when you don't feel like doing it, when you don't have a sugar rush or an adrenaline rush. Motivation wears off. Discipline is long term.
Yeah, without a doubt. I was just thinking about this. I mean, there's a number of things that kind of come in play, and just being prepared. The destination is the journey, and I just I keep that in mind as far as the daily disciplines that I put in my life. One of the things you need to do is like the first thing you need to do, like obviously when you wake up. I hope you guys brush your teeth, but I brush my teeth, right? Every morning and night. I brush my teeth, and then maybe even a couple times throughout the day. But those two disciplines obviously give me good oral health. And that's discipline, right? And it's those small disciplines that you can build up. And another element is habit stacking. And when you can actually combine a couple things together, maybe even hydrate yourself while you're brushing your teeth, you get a couple glasses of water in. That's one thing that I've been trying to build up is getting myself hydrated, but that's a discipline that I need to put. Obviously, your body needs constant water. Your mind is built on fats and liquids, right? You need to keep your body hydrated. So one of the ways that I try to obviously provide my discipline is get my intake of water. We drink a lot of water, big sparkling water guy. Now I got my girls on it too. It actually kind of sucks, but we drink a lot of sparkling water, but just keeping the body hydrated. That your body is a temple, man. Treat it like that. So, but those small disciplines and when they go into other things, and I know we were talking about on the last podcast, the power of like that discipline to even not elongate any stretch of a slump. How do you minimize it with neutralized thinking? That's a discipline that you got to bring into your daily life. That says, hey, I'm not going to be constantly, pursuing negative thinking. I'm going to create like my inner circle, my tribe that I'm consistent with. That's going to all be positive reinforcements on how I'm actually building up my mind. And so that's one thing I've done, right? A lot of negative people I've really eliminated. Like you can't be in my life if you're going to be perpetually negative or thinking like I'm like, woe is me. It's not going to be part of me. I try to maintain my level of thinking as positive as possible, as I can do all things. I can keep the machine moving. So that's a discipline. That's a daily discipline that I've had to put. And what discipline do I take, right? Is preparing for these podcasts. This is a discipline to actually even prepare for these.
Your daughter?
No, I didn't. I actually got to come off here. We got calls are driving through. We're running a couple campaigns out right now. And
I was gonna say it sounded like a.
No, it's actually it's a system. It's our Zen call system that actually when an inbound lead comes. I was just we had a training. That's why I'm running a little late this morning. We had a training that ran actually a half hour late. So nice. We like to hit it at 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern on the dot. But I was coming a little late today, so I apologize.
Yeah, we actually run businesses, guys, just in case you're wondering.
We're operators.
Have lives outside of Facebook. I know, it's crazy.
So, but yeah, no, this is good. I mean, this is what I love, the daily disciplines. I love that feedback. I'm just trying to promote it. Obviously, for me, my businesses, we run a capital company, so I raise capital. And we have an upcoming private equity group, but obviously we're part of a couple general partnerships on the commercial multifamily side, specifically 5. So we're within some syndications that we have active roles within the general partnerships. We raise capital for those, Cadence Capital Ventures, and then we have a daily operational. We have wholesaling company on the single family commercial and a residential side. So that's what we do. That's how I operate on day to day. But how do I incorporate these daily disciplines? I'm even working through these. Right, we have a lot going on. We have some trainings that we're getting a little bit better at. We're building and implementing all new things all the time. But how do you create those daily disciplines to motivate and lead people through some times? Not even necessarily just motivate, but lead through time. So I just think of Russell Wilson. I was listening to something the other day on how he knows his body physiology. He knows the health of his mindset as far as how much sleep he needs. I mean, the guy's an athlete. I go towards athletes just because I gravitate to that mindset of how elite you need to be, right? And he just always wants to pursue excellence. And it's in the preparation of just doing things on a daily basis, but doing them consistently, having those daily disciplines. For me on a very basic level, because I think we even started this show. It's because what does the realness of life look like if you're not a professional athlete, right? What does the realness of life look like if you're pursuing multi-million-dollar companies, but you're not quite there yet? And at the end of the day, we're getting there. My businesses are constantly getting bigger every day, which is awesome. And we're putting new systems and disciplines in place to get us to that next level. And we're surrounding ourselves with the people to get us next level. But what does that look like for somebody that's just documenting his journey? And that's pretty much it. Is just being disciplined in the process. And I do, even though I'm not an athlete. I did play athletics. I'm not an athlete now, right? I have an entrepreneurial mindset of how I'm going to get to the next level. But what does that look like? How do I keep my mind sharp while I hydrate? That's a daily discipline. I got to hydrate. What does it look like? I might lose out on some sleep, but sleep is really important to me. So that daily discipline, because I know if it bleeds into where I don't get lack of sleep, what does that discipline do for that lack of discipline then do for the following day? I might have an attitude and take it out of my kids or wife because I haven't nourished my body with enough sleep. And if you haven't know the body physiology of how it needs sleep, your brain is fatty and it turns fatty over time with lack of sleep. So if you're thinking for longevity purposes and keeping your mind sharp, hydration and sleep are so important. So you got to know your body physiology as far as how you're thinking long term. Am I thinking tomorrow? Because if I'm thinking that tomorrow constantly day after day and not feeding that daily discipline with sleep, then you're going to, I guarantee you struggle with it. I'm thinking of this in my 20s and now going to in my 30s where I'm thinking of that daily discipline, how I get active sleep so that I can maintain this, right? I don't see at the end of the day, I don't work because I enjoy work. I enjoy leading. So it doesn't really work. So why am I thinking of retirement? We're preconditioned to think of I got to get to 50, 60 years old. And that's when I'm going to live my, fullest life.
Yeah, that's an insane way to think.
Today is your fullest life. So what does that look like today? Adequate sleep, hydration, oral health care. Those are super basic things that are.
Nobody wants to smell your stank breath, folks.
No one wants to smell it. My kids don't. No one wants to smell it. But so it's that, and then where does it go from there in overall daily disciplines? I wake up. I had a mastermind with actually my dad today. I constantly are reaching out to people to create that center of influence in my life as far as creating that overall discipline. And then leaking into the day. What does that look like as far as being even a little bit more structured as far as your overall business? And my business, I'm scaling times throughout the day. So cadence, I have to work on a certain period to take a certain amount of phone calls and then bleed in. I'm constantly trying to be more structured in my approach day after day, because then it helps me obviously in my personal life as well with my marriage and my kids. So, that's I think it's just, the power of discipline and knowing you just taking some, Russell Wilson's on that mindset of creating that positive influence, creating your tribe and your inner circle. And then also taking that where you are then just creating the tribe and then creating the small daily disciplines that are going to get you to your end goal. So I always keep my why in mind. I'm big on that, why in mind, but yeah.
And this goes back to kind of what we talked about on Monday, which I like the Momentum Monday name you came up with. That was good. Because if you're disciplined over the weekend, you come into Monday with a whole bunch of momentum. If you're undisciplined over the weekend and you get off of your schedule, well, now you come into Monday sluggish and tired and off and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that weekend production can skyrocket your results if you stay focused on your vision and your goals. And I think it's important to remember that, like, people ask me all the time. I post a lot of funny skits and funny songs and stuff like that. And a lot of times I do that stuff. I don't even do it to get paid. I do it because I'm practicing developing that skill set of being entertaining and stuff like that, because it's fun and it keeps me sharp.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we talked about this a little bit on Monday too. Kobe Bryant was disciplined in practicing shooting, even though he was putting up probably some of the biggest numbers in the league. Michael Jordan stayed consistent and disciplined with working out when he was probably the best player in the league. He could have easily justified days off and probably gotten similar results, but would they have been as good? No, probably not. So he's constantly pushing himself outside of what you see to put up big numbers or whatever that. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into all the stuff we do, all the stuff you do that people don't see.
No, absolutely. No one's going to see.
And then, you know, we reflect and we have some time on the internet, and we're being more and more consistent with this, because we know that the more consistent we are with this, the better we're going to be at it. The better the Instagram and the podcast and that stuff is going to be. So we're putting in extra work because we know it's going to pay off.
Yeah, without a doubt. I want to end on one story that I thought was cool. It's Aubrey Huff. So I'm just a baseball psychology fan too. I think baseball is one of those sports that I said you go into your slump, and how do you get out of it? How do you neutralize that thinking? There's a guy. So Aubrey Huff played for the Detroit Tigers, but back in 2012, I think, is when the San Francisco Giants won the World Series. But I thought it was a cool story because I didn't know this, but he grew up in like kind of a poor rural town in Texas, and his mom was actually a grocery store worker, and I think one of her bosses gave her a couple of tickets for him and his sister, I believe, to go to a Texas Rangers game. So like at 8 years old, he goes to his first Texas Rangers game. They sit down. And at that moment, and this is more so the power of discipline and visualization. I just want to preface the story a little bit. But he goes and he said, "I'm going to be a Major League Baseball player." And so that day, he told the world, he's like, I'm going to be a professional baseball player today. And then he dedicated, and this is the power of discipline, right? He dedicated. He said, from this day going forward, I'm going to take 200 swings. I'm going to swing the bat at minimum 200 times every single day until I make it to the major leagues. While he was taking those 200 swings, he started thinking, I'm going to hit a double down the left field baseline. I'm going to hit a double, and that's going to win a World Series for me, for my team. And so he started thinking this when he was 10, 11, 12 years old, swinging. When I think he was about 14 or 15, his grandparents had put money together with his mom, and they bought him a batting cage because for the past 4 years, he had that discipline of coming in, swinging the bat, put a batting cage together. Now he's swinging. He's taking real hits. Live hits, live ball. 200 bats, day over day, right? He gets his chance, right? He goes, I think he went to a JUCO school. He then get his chance to go into the major leagues. He bounced around a few times. He lands as a first baseman with the San Francisco Giants. And in 2012, I think it was 2011 or 2012, he gets up, and I think it was like the bottom of the seventh inning, and he hits a double down the left field line to win the World Series, right? What an amazing story of discipline and visualization. And how important is that day after day to take those 200 swings? Make sure you're taking those swings, because every shot you don't take, you miss. And that's the way I do it, ride or die. I'm going to take those shots. So that's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
We're documenting that, but I just want to encourage everyone out there. Love you
I
all.
love that. I love that. And if you can't, if you don't have a clear shot, listen, dude, pass the puck to somebody that's open. You don't always have to score.
You
You
don't
don't
always.
always.
Yeah.
You need the points. You need the points, but it doesn't always have to be you that scores the goal.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can help other people get points on the board, you automatically win. It's those things. They're a team game.
For sure.
You know, and I think you said that before. It doesn't matter how good of a batter somebody was.
Mhm.
They struck out or didn't get on base or whatever more than 50% of the time. Like if you bat 400, that's really, really good. Well, 60% of the time you didn't even hit the ball.
Mhm.
So it's important to remember that, you know, other people around you that can help you put up numbers and that you can help put up numbers are crucial to your success.
Mhm.
And this is why it's like, you know, it can sound mean, but, you know, the 5 people you surround yourself with, if the
Real.
5 people you're surrounding yourself with are disciplined winners, well, then you have a way higher chance of being successful than if you surround yourself with people that are always in a slump.
That's what I say that about my marriage, man. It's like if I hung around guys that, you know, hated their wife and hated life and hated how they, you know, just their day to day, and they constantly talked about how awful their wife was. What do you think I'm going to say about my wife? You know,
Right.
my wife sucks. You know, it's life's awful. You know, this that woe is me. But if I position myself where I'm hanging around people that love their wife, you know, that just have an amazing culture about them and a presence about them that, hey, their marriage is going in a direction, you know, and reap the harvest. That's my purpose. That's my why, right? That's why we're just bleeding out this positivity in the world, you know, and neutralizing the negativity to, you know, to show, hey, man, you know, there's guys out there that do, man, that really care about their wives, that want to do that, and that's who I surround myself with, man. I don't
Well,
want
and
to
it
surround
spills
myself
over. It spills over. Like you were on a call today, and so we were running a little late. But I was texting at like 10:45, 11:05, 11:50. Because I was ready to go. People, if you're surrounding yourself with people that are ready to go, that are ready to hit the shots, you're going to be more successful.
You know what I
There's
love?
no reason why anyone, especially this communication digital age, should be rolling people that don't have similar trajectories or goals.
For sure. And I think, you know, just as far as the level of encouragement, I've been trying to get better at it because I do, you know, I have been working quite a bit. But my buddy, I texted him like at 7 last night. We're working on a deal together right now, and I'm trying
Nice.
to go over the finish line. And texted him at 7, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I don't know if you knew this, but I have a hard cutoff at 6 for my wife." And I'm like, that's a good person to surround yourself with, right? I have a hard cutoff at 6 because it's my wife's time, right? So that's if there's a daily discipline, I love that daily discipline. If there's, you know, something you can take away, maybe you're struggling in your marriage, you just struggle in business dividends than any type of business activity. If you're happy at home, you're probably going to be happy in life. And man, I'm happy at home. It makes me smile every day.
I love it.
I work my ass off too, so I work hard. But the yeah, that's it, man. I do got to run. But
do your thing, man. Do your
Monday,
thing.
Wednesday, Friday. Harvest, planting the seeds. Please follow me on Instagram. Subscribe. Send me some comments if you're liking the content, and we're looking to scale with you. So love you guys. We out.
Rock
Reap the harvest.
on.
Peace.